you ever felt like the heat was turned all the way up in your life? Like you were standing for what was right, but everything around you was pushing back? In this episode of Dare to be a Daniel, we're entering the fiery furnace, literally and spiritually. We'll explore how Daniel's friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, stood firm in faith when threatened with death. Their story offers more than courage. It reveals what it means to live from Christ, not for results. Number 1, the pressure to bow. Daniel chapter 3, verse 1 to 7. Nebuchadnezzar builds a golden image and demands everyone bow. The threat? Death by fire. Illustration. Picture a boardroom full of executives pressured to endorse a policy that violates conscience. The heat isn't literal, but the pressure is real. Reflection. Standing in grace doesn't mean you won't feel the pressure. It means the pressure doesn't define your decision. Number 2, faith without demands. Daniel chapter 3, verses 17 to 18. Our God is able to deliver us, but even if he does not, we will not bow. Grace, faith, insight. These young men didn't stand for an outcome. They stood from trust. Their faith wasn't conditional. They knew God could, but they didn't demand that he must. Case study. A missionary family in the Middle East faced expulsion unless they compromised their message. They chose faithfulness. God closed that door and opened a new one in a nearby nation. Their call wasn't to predict outcomes, but to walk in obedience. Number 3, deriving peace in the fire. Isaiah chapter 43 and verse 2. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned, for I am with you. Illustration. Think of a thermostat again. External heat can rise, but your internal peace is set by Christ's indwelling presence. Counseling example. I remember a woman who faced public shaming for leaving an abusive marriage. She had honored God in seeking reconciliation for years, but the abuse didn't stop. She said, "People think I'm stepping out of God's will, but I'm stepping into his peace." She wasn't defiant. She was dependent. In the fire, she found Christ's companionship more real than ever. Number 4, Christ in the fire. Daniel chapter 3, verse 25. Nebuchadnezzar sees a 4th man in the furnace, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods. Grace, faith, insight. God doesn't keep them out of the fire. He joins them in it. Personal reflection. The Christian life isn't about escaping hardship. It's about discovering who's walking through it with you. Number 5, testimony that transforms. Daniel chapter 3, verse 28 to 30. After the fire, Nebuchadnezzar praises God and promotes the men who refused to bow. Illustration. Like gold refined in fire, your faith becomes a testimony, not just of survival, but of the sufficiency of Christ. Case study. A man lost his job for refusing to falsify documents. Months later, a former coworker called and said, "I never forgot your integrity. It helped me find my way back to God." May I call you to action? What furnace are you facing right now? Where are you tempted to bow to fear, compromise, or people-pleasing? We invite you to share your story below. Let this be a space of grace, truth, and encouragement. And if you've been through the fire and found Christ faithful, your testimony could strengthen someone else today. Comment below and help us and stand together. May I give you these concluding thoughts? Faith under fire doesn't mean the absence of fear. It means choosing trust over control. It means believing that Christ is enough, even when the outcome is uncertain. So whatever fire you face, remember this: Christ is already there. You don't need to be the loudest voice in the room to make a lasting impact. You simply need to be faithful. Like Daniel, you can live in the midst of chaos without letting the chaos live in you. And you do that not by trying harder, but by trusting deeper, deriving every thought, word, and action from the indwelling Christ. As we wrap up this Dare to be a Daniel series, let this truth settle deep in your heart. You were never meant to stand for Christ in your own strength. You were meant to stand from Christ as His life empowers you. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If these episodes have encouraged you, please let us know in the comments and share them with someone who may be struggling to stand alone in grace. Subscribe to Life as God Intended for more Christ-centered encouragement. And remember, no matter how dark the world gets, you carry the light. And coming soon, a life-changing resource. For those looking to go deeper, my 3-volume series, Life as God Intended, a comprehensive counseling workbook, will soon be available. Packed with practical tools, biblical truth, and over 30 years of counseling insights, this volume will help you work through life's challenges, not by trying harder, but by learning how to live from Christ as your life. Whether you're navigating through personal struggles, relationships, or spiritual growth, this series is designed to guide you step by step into freedom, healing, and identity in Him. Stay tuned for release details and get ready to experience life as God intended.